Welcome to your daily focus for September the 28th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. You guys absolutely rock. I hope you know how much I love you. We have the 28 energy today. Now, the 28 energy is a little bit tricky. It does add up to a 10 and to a 1. So we're thinking good energy and newer energy and the I am energy and the independent energy. But when it comes to you as a 28, there's certain things that have to happen in order for the success to happen. There has to be integrity. There has to be thought. You have to take responsibility. So if you're putting too much hope into what others will do instead of making sure that it's done yourself, then you're not standing in your true independence. You're leaning on somebody else. You're going to, and they will be your excuse. It was all ready to go and they didn't do their part. So you have to kind of have all these things in the picture in order to really bring in success. Now, this could be investment deals, real estate, love, even love, absolutely. Finances, when the 28 is involved. If we do the numerology of the day, it's a 15 energy. We have to sort out what works for us and what doesn't. We have to understand what we need to let go of, what doesn't have value in our life. And we've went through a whole month of that, but now with the sun in Libra, we're not as intent of getting rid of the clutter during this full moon, our full moon energy. We're more in our minds because it was a Pisces full moon. More of the daydream of what we want to bring into our lives rather than what we are doing to bring it into our lives. And this is not a time to start things new. We have Mercury that just went retrograde, so there's a big, hold off on it if you possibly can. But also we're in full moon energy, so we're supposed to be clearing the path for our tomorrow. 1 + 5 is 6, so we could be very intent on our well-being, our health, our job, work, our day-to-day routines. And the 6 energy does give us that sense of what belongs, what doesn't, what has value, what doesn't, what needs to be in our space and what doesn't. Because we're clearing that space. We're clearing that space for the new possibilities that we want to bring in to our tomorrow. The dreams that we want to manifest and make real, bring into our reality. Sun is in Libra. Moon, I believe by the time most of us are up or we're eating breakfast, the moon will have moved into Cancer. So we may wake up with this very young at heart kind of energy, and we want to learn, we want to do, we want to explore, and we'll very quickly want safety and comfort and security and home and family. Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, what else is happening? It's a 3/4 moon. We know, Mars is opposing. So we could be jumping the gun. We could just want to get it done. We have that fighting spirit too. So arguments can happen so easily. So make sure that you, once again, that 28 energy. We have to have thought behind our words, our actions, our plans, or we won't have the success. Now, if we have those things, we'll have great success. So if we practice our words or we know exactly what we want to say going into the conversation, otherwise, back it up. If you can zip it, if you can back it up, just count to 10 or something. It might give you enough time. But don't just react. You write the narrative. So make sure that you say, wait a second, I got to count to 10 because I'm writing the narrative here. They're not going to get a reaction out of me without me thinking it through. And if it takes to the count of 10, so be it. If it takes till tomorrow morning, so be it. I can turn right now and walk away. I'll get back to you is all I have to say if I'm going to say anything at all. And think it through. That's the power of the 28 energy. So, and with Mars arguing with our moon, we could be short-tempered, or you're going to come across somebody who is very short-tempered. But we can manifest excellence under this energy as well. So, how you use the energy. We all have free will. Mars, we could get irritated. We could be annoyed. Things aren't moving fast enough. Or we could have this big emotional outburst out of nowhere. And just like, I don't know where that came from. I'm so embarrassed. I'm going to lock myself into the washroom till it's quitting time. So, ground yourself. Okay? If you want an exercise to ground yourself, breathe in to the count of 4 for the 4 energies, or the 4. You can do north, south, east, west. Hold it for 4 while saying, but you can do the energies as well, right? Fire and air and fire, air, earth, and water. Release it for the count of 4. And do that about 4 times. And then imagine almost like this beautiful bubble of light comes and surrounds you and goes down through your body and just pushes away out any stress. Remember, just think of maybe even you have like roots growing from your root chakra into your legs and down through the earth, and taking away that energy. It goes through the grass, and it goes through the rock bed, and it goes through the crevices, and it hits that molten core in the center and dissolves all that tension that you're carrying, so that you can think clearly, so you can tap into your sage wisdom, so you can tap into your intuition. Feel yourself being grounded. Today is a day not to walk around with your head in the clouds. Because maybe you're feeling good, but the person walking towards you may not be feeling good. Because that is the energy of the day. I did cut the cards, but for some reason I started shuffling again. So we'll cut the cards and see where we go from here. We have, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is saying, okay, stop. Just stop. We dismount off our horse. We bend down, touch the ground, put our knee down. We look up into the skies and we ask God, our angels, our spirit guides. Well, first of all, we thank them. Thank them for getting us to the here and now through all the past trials and tribulations and conquests and circumstances and chaos and sorrow and joy. Thank them that you're here in the here and now. You're ready to go forward. And then ask for a straight path. Ask for help. Ask for protection. Ask for guidance. Ask for knowledge. Ask for the intuition to lead you. They're listening. So we pause before we go forward. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very spiritual card. Many of these, it's more of a priest type figure. But it's our connection to the spiritual world because of our knowledge, because of our sage wisdom of knowing that there is a spiritual world. And it grounding us. Knowing that even when we feel like we're standing alone, we are surrounded by an army of angels to protect us, to keep us safe. And we can stand stronger with that knowledge. This is tapping into your sage wisdom. This is knowing that the information you don't have, you will find. It will show up. Funny story, okay? It's not so funny. We all know, like, they ask us permissions of, can you use this and can they use that for marketing purposes, and we all click the no. We know they're using it anyways. And so I picked my son up the other day and we're driving home. And he says, you know what, Mom, it's something I haven't really considered, but I should, is life insurance. And I said, oh, yeah. And we talked a little bit about it. That, at his age, he's young, he'd probably get a really good plan and blah, blah, blah. And then we get home and he says, oh, I got to show you this YouTube video. So we put it onto the TV. And what shows up but a commercial from a young gentleman about my son's age saying, I never really considered life insurance before, but. So someone's always listening. But know that your angels, your guides, God, absolutely. They're listening to you and they are sending you the information. You know how you fall asleep at night and you're all twisted and torn over the situation that you got to deal with the next day and you don't know what you're going to do? Or maybe it was the situation of the day and you don't know how you're going to walk into tomorrow. And you go to sleep and all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, I'll just do this and this. Why didn't I think of that last night? So easy. That's our sage wisdom. That's our angels putting our thoughts together coherently so that we can go forward in a practical manner. So we can go forward with the strength. So give it up to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Maybe this is more what this means. Give it up to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Whatever cross that you're carrying, whatever burden is weighing you down, whatever stress, whatever depression, whatever sadness, give it up to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Look who shows up, the high priestess. And please, above all else, take time today to just back it up and look within and see the magic that is already inside of you. Grow that belief in yourself. Can you imagine yourself going for a job interview or going to ask somebody on a date or whatever it is? And you imagine these angels around you, that wall of protection, that wall of strength, the wall of they have all the right words and everything. Your confidence, if you truly believe that, your confidence is so much higher and you will get that job. You will get that date, whatever you're going for. So there's a belief of the magic that you already hold inside of you, that connection. We don't have to grow that connection. That connection is there. We have to grow to realize that connection and the strength of it. That connection is there. It's not going anywhere, and it's really strong for each and every one of us. But we have to learn how to tap into it. It's like a radio. If you have it in between stations, if anybody remembers those days, I don't know. If you have it in between stations, yeah, you're going to get static. You're not going to get the message. You're not going to hear anything. And it's about us learning to tune into the energy. But we all have a direct line. So start talking to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Start talking about out loud about the things that you want to accomplish, the things that you want to bring into your life. And don't just talk about it, but then start doing. And you'll be amazed at how things can just unfold for you. Anyways, it's about the magic within you. It's about utilizing it. It's knowing that there's magic around you. That's what this card is all about. It's understanding that you have protection already. You have the right answers already. You have access to the knowledge already, if that's what you need. But we need to learn to tune ourselves into that vibration, into that knowing, into that understanding, into that clarity. So look inside and understand the magic that lays within. We'll get a mantra card. Oh my goodness, they're flying all over the place. And who shows up? Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. If nobody's there to help you, do it. You've got this. Most of the fear is that first step. Once you take that first step, it's a lot easier. Even with a baby, the first step. They don't know what to do, and then they do it, and they go, whoa. And they want to do it again. And before you know it, they're running. It's the first step. And, it came in my mind, sometimes we have to be a little bit more childlike and believe in ourselves a little bit more, like we do when we're children. We kind of lose that sense because enough people have told us no and we can't and that's not for us and you'll never get there and you don't have enough money and you got to eat this week and you got to do this instead of that and that instead of this. And we start to, okay. When we start to not believe in ourselves as much as we should, because we are each very powerful in our own right. Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Don't be afraid to say, well, I'm just going to get it done then. I'm just going to deal with this on my own. I'm just going to give it my focus, my attention, my thought process, my integrity, and I'm going to walk through it. And I may have a few bumps and bruises if I get through, but it'll be done and it'll be behind me. Or maybe it's something important that you've been waiting on somebody else and you don't want to step on their toes. And it's time to step on their toes. It's time for you to stand strong in your dream, in your success, in your manifestation of your reality and what you want to bring into your world. Okay, let's see what the book says. Self-reliance. I must have passed it. I did. So, it's about gaining the courage, the fortitude to lovingly assert yourself and your point of view. Doing so will gain the respect and support from friends, family, colleagues. It'll take a boldness and integrity to stand up for yourself and be counted, especially if no one is supporting you. Trust yourself, value your own opinions and judgment. Flying solo is a challenge. It takes courage, it takes confidence, but this is your road to freedom. Become lion-hearted. Didn't we have a lion yesterday for our... Anyways, become lion-hearted and know that your best protection is your very own spine. The mantra is, if it is to be, it's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. I'm not allowed to put the blame on anybody or anything else. If it's to be, it's up to me. So I need to accomplish this. I need to get it done in the right way the first time around. And you can do that. Okay, let's see what the animals have to say. Yeah, a card stayed behind to be the card. Which card was it? Oh, look at clarity. The bats. When we handle the energy successfully today, we will get the clarity. We will get the understanding of what no longer matters in our life, what can be gone, what works for us, what doesn't, what needs to be said, what needs to be silenced, what actions need to happen, where do I need to back up on the action, walk away from relationships, environments, maybe just a bad habit or a behavior. And allow the transformation. Okay, let's get the bats out here. Where are you, little bats? I'm having a hard time finding everybody in the books tonight. Hidden fears, open mind, heart and soul, trust, and passion. Clarity of mind means clarity of passion. This is why the great and clear mind loves and sees distinctly what it loves. So many are afraid of bats. They fly in a sporadic fashion, never knowing where they will swoop. Instead of relying on their sight, they use other senses. The main one being their hearing. So if we've chosen bat, we're told the clarity that we seek needs to be sought in a different way. So we have 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use accordingly. Now is the time to look at your life subjectively and see where you can add positive and passionate changes. You might sign up for a class, start a new creative project, finish one that you started way back when. Is it possible you are neglecting communicating with those who love you and you're not even aware of it? Maybe you've been acting like a hermit and you haven't even realized it. Call your friends, plan a night out. Release your old fears and anxieties. You can write down your fears one by one on a piece of paper, and after you complete the task, take the paper and say aloud, I release, and then state the fear. You can rip up the piece of paper, you can burn it, and during full moon energies, it's a perfect way to give it up to God, your angels, your spirit guides, is write it down, say it out. A lot of people, when they're trying to, quit smoking, and somebody offers them a smoke, or you want to go out for a smoke because you always go out for the break with them, and you say, I used to be a smoker, but I'm not going forward. I used to be. You can start saying it in the past tense. I used to smoke. I don't anymore. I used to eat dessert. I don't anymore. I used to come home and just want to run into my little man cave, but I don't anymore. I spend a few minutes with my family and ask how their day was, and I tell them a little bit about mine, and then I go to my man cave. Or your woman cave. I had a woman cave. So clarity, the bats. Release your old fears, anxieties. Write down your fears one by one. It's a beautiful exercise to do during full moon energy. Ground yourself today. Ask yourself, do I need to say this now? Do I need to perform this action? Do I need to walk away? Do I need to stand strong? Question. Pardon me, I'm losing my voice here. Question yourself. Question your own motives. Question the narrative you're writing. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.